Jermiah Ace has clocked yo T. Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. Love Island Season 7 Episode 3, baby. We got some things to get into, but before we do, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, watch the video through, and if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you've been here before and you keep coming back, you like it here, I want you here, hit the subscribe button. If you are one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? I'm doing okay. Y'all know I'm recording this at nighttime, so I'm ready to go ahead and just get into it. So let's get into it. So the episode picks up exactly where we left off, right? Nick and Sierra are officially a couple. So now we have to deal with the fallout because of course the women feel some type of way and we have to figure out what is going on with Alandria and Huda. So Nick is talking to the guys and he's explaining his connection with Bella and Sierra because now he's in a couple with Sierra. He said that he's here to try and get out his comfort zone and Bella is his type, but they haven't really got a chance to like really connect, okay? So he had to follow his gut because him and Sierra have real chemistry that they got to explore a little bit and hide away. So he got to go with that feeling. Now Taylor's telling them how Orlandria moved away from him when he sat back down. And I'm saying here like, did you want her to be happy? Like, what did you expect? Of course she was going to feel some type of way. You literally kind of just dumped her. Like, let's be for real. So Ace is like, so she can go ahead and kiss me, but she gonna get mad at you for standing up. And then I was like, dang, when you put it that way, you got a point, Ace. I'm with you when you're right. You got a point. If she can get up and kiss you because she wants to explore that option, I feel like it's only fair that Taylor could do the same thing. So I can't even say nothing. So now Ace is like, I just really want to encourage y'all to really get to know everyone. Ace like, does anyone feel like Huda is approachable? And Jeremiah is like, and what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? And Ace is like, because it's day 2. And the way she was going on at the fire pit, she's making it seem like we did something wrong. And we not even really locked in like that. Like, we don't really even know each other for real. And I'm saying here like, that dag on Ace, he want a shot at Huda. I don't care what nobody say. He playing it cool. He keeping it cute because he know that she's kind of locked in with Jeremiah. But Ace want a real shot at Bella. And when he get a chance, baby, he gonna go for it. Because like he said, he's not scared to step on toes. Not only for Shelly, but I feel like he's willing to do it for Huda too. Yeah. So Bella and Alandria are talking, right? And Bella's talking about how she's shocked that, Nick, got up or whatever. And that conversation got cut short because Huda is over there crying. I mean, homegirl is, boo-hooing crying. And Alandria's like, I hope it's not because of what I said. Huda's like, don't do that in front of everyone. Cause like, she could have pulled me and said this to me in private. Cause like, why would you do that in front of everyone? It was so rude. And Shelly's trying to comfort her, okay? Trying to let her know like, I don't think she meant it like that. I understand what you're saying. And Alandria is over there realizing that, yeah, Huda's upset because of me. Oh, sweat, dang. She's in the confessional like, the first person that's crying is because of me. She's like, should I go talk to her? Should I go talk to her? And Bella's like, just give her a minute. Give her a minute before you go over there. So she's going to talk to her, but she's going to give her a second. Meanwhile, Austin's talking to the guys, and he's regretting the fact that he got up, okay? Because he thought Shelly was going to get up. And so he was like, I didn't want to just be sitting there and I wanted to get out of my comfort zone. So I got up. And when she didn't get up, I'm like, dang, I might have messed up, right? So he's like, you know what? I'm not even mad at it because I came here to get out of my comfort zone. So I'm glad that I did it. Now, Austin, I'm really trying to give you the benefit of the doubt just a little bit. But when you talk about your comfort zone and then we play the game later on and we realize how many news you sent out and how many people you slept with, I'm just going to say, I honestly feel like this is your comfort zone. I'm not even going to hold you. Not even going to hold you. Now Charlie's telling Austin like, damn, I'm surprised Shelly didn't get up. Like, I thought we had something. But he's even more shocked at the fact that nobody stood up. I said, dang, Charlie, you not bombshelling how you supposed to be bombshelling because for like nobody to pick you, So you might be going home. That's what it's giving. So Nick and Sierra sit down to talk, okay? And he's just telling her how he had a great time with her and how, they've been saying that he's been smiling ever since. And Sierra's like, I got my man. I can't wait to sleep next to him tonight. They really feeling each other. And you know what? I'm not mad at this because I like Sierra and I like Nick. So if they actually can make this little situation shit work, I'm here for it. I ain't gonna hold you. Even though I really do want to see if Nick and Alandria have some type of connection that they can like kind of build on, because I feel like he want her still. He may not be really acting on it because he like caught up a little bit, but I feel like if he gets the chance, he might try to see what Orlandria is putting down. So we just gonna have to wait and see if that's ever gonna give what I'm hoping it might give. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. So now Orlandria and Huda get to have this conversation. The way I was confused last night, okay, I really thought I missed something. Right? So when I got on Twitter, everyone's like, oh my God, Orlandria was trying to check Huda because like she acted like her relationship's so perfect. And I'm like, dang, did I get it wrong? Maybe I got it wrong. And I did not get it wrong. We definitely did miss something. Olandria didn't mean it the way y'all thought she meant it. She really was just trying to tell homegirl like, yo, we gonna get into the tea later. Just chill out. We not even that mad. We gonna sit down. We gonna kiki about this ish because this ish is funny. So she explains that to Huda, and she realizes that, I probably could have said it a little better because I could understand why you took it that way. And they make up and everything is great. They friends again. They sister again. So I guess the internet did what the internet do and threw that whole thing out of proportion. But I will say this. I do feel like Huda was kind of low-key bragging, okay? Because she was sitting there like, you did a good job. You did a good job. Y'all deserve better. Like, my man is so good. Meanwhile, she's hiding a whole baby from him. Yeah, there was a little bit of undertone. Not gonna hold you. When I rewatched it, there was a little bit of undertone. But you know what? If they not holding on to it, neither am I. So now Taylor comes over to chat with Orlandria because he wants to check her temperature. Because remember, when he went to sit down next to her, she moved over. And he told her that he stood up because he wanted to show that he was interested in exploring that connection, a maybe. You know what I mean? And Orlandria is like, okay, but you could have explored that relationship and stayed seated. Like, we're not locked in, but you basically threw me away just because you had a good conversation with her and you wanted to explore it. He's like, that wasn't my intention. Like, I didn't plan on standing up. She's like, boy, bye. You didn't even hesitate. I was like, he didn't. Not gonna hold you, he didn't. She feels like if you're willing to throw this away over some girl you just met, now I'm questioning if the connection that we have is really real. I understand where you coming from, Orlandria, but y'all, it's really been like 2 days. It's really been like 2 days. I totally get it, right? But you was the same one that was telling, who to chill, don't get too invested just yet. But it seemed like you kind of invested in Taylor because you was really in your feelings, sis. You was really in your feelings. I just want her to know I don't think Taylor is for her, okay? I do feel like we're going to get somebody else that maybe could take her away because I feel like she's a lot of woman and I don't think he can handle her. Yes, they have a cute little connection, a nice little bond, but I really want to see her in action with someone else. Yeah, that's what I want to see. But of course, Taylor couldn't really let her be mad because he had to bring up the fact that she kissed Ace. He was like, but it's kind of like the same thing. You mad at me for standing up, but I wasn't mad at you for kissing Ace. Yeah, homegirl ain't really have no rebuttal for that. Nope, not at all. Because what can you say? It is kind of the same thing. I can't argue with it, okay? Taylor, Ace gave you the ball and you dunked it, okay? Because he went over there and repeated it verbatimly. Now, Austin is talking to Shelly and he's telling her that he thought that she was going to stand up. And she was like, I figured that's probably why you stood up. She said she's not mad at him. She still wants to get to know him. And the only reason she didn't really get up is because she didn't feel like it was a reason to. Like at the end of the day, I could still explore options with whoever I want and still be in a couple with you because like we're not really locked in yet. You know what I mean? And I think that's basically what Orlandria was trying to get Taylor to understand, okay? So Shelly's in the confessional like, if I would have bet $100 that he wasn't going to stand up, I would have lost my money. I would have lost my money because I definitely thought that man wouldn't have stood up. She said, this shows you never to put your trust in a man. So I guess all y'all that was in the comments like, oh, he really do like her. He only got up because he thought she was going to get up. Y'all was right. Y'all was right. I'm going to let y'all have it for now. But I do feel like we will be revisiting this conversation sooner or later, but I'm going to let y'all have it for now, okay? Okay. Now, Nick and Bella still haven't talked, but Bella's like, I don't even want to talk to him anyway. Like, I don't really have nothing to say. I kind of feel bad for her because I don't think she is going to find her man here at all. Like, yeah, she might have some cute little connections, but this is Love Island, and these are Love Island men. Baby, when Casa Moa comes, whoever you pair with is going to go over there and act a fool. And if they don't, I will be surprised. I promise you I will be surprised, okay? So now Ace and Shelly have this little sneak away talk while everybody's getting ready for bed. And Ace is like, dang, yo, I didn't think Austin was going to get up. But you know, like, yeah, that's good for me. That's good for me. I'm not going to lie. Every time Shelly and Ace talk, y'all, I get the little butterflies, okay? When he was like, smell this, and she went to smell it, and he kissed her on the forehead, I was like, oh, it's so freaking cute. So freaking cute. For him to be so young, he's kind of smooth with it. And I can definitely see how he get the ladies. I can see it. He's a charmer. That was really, really cute. Like, I want them to be a thing so bad. And I feel like the way they're going through this process is very healthy for them because they both still get to explore other options or whatever. And then if they do couple up, they know it's real because like they have something to kind of compare it to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Now, Huda and Jeremiah, I don't know what y'all was doing in that bed. Okay, but if I had to take a guess, I would assume maybe a finger pop or something because y'all was doing something in that bed. Just saying. Just saying. So now it's the next morning, and Asa made breakfast for the ladies, okay? He made breakfast for Shelly, Bella, Olandria. I said, okay, Ace, that's what I'm talking about. Do your big one. And of course, Jeremiah had to follow up and bring Orlandria breakfast too. So she got 2 breakfasts. I said, I know that's right. And I was like, dang, did Jeremiah bring Huda breakfast? Did he bring Huda breakfast? Because he's so in love, right? Oh, I don't know. I ain't gonna say he did, and I ain't gonna say he didn't. What I am gonna say is I ain't see it. Just saying. Now, Huda's talking to Jeremiah, right? And she's like, she feels like she's getting so close to him. She's telling us that, she thinks she might be ready to tell him that she's a mother, that she has a daughter. And I'm just sitting here like, girl, go ahead and do it already because you're stressing me out. Like, why are you holding on to this? This is your child. Be proud of your child. Just let the man know you got a child. It's been enough days. Y'all damn near falling in love, finger popping in the bed. Like, just tell a man you got a child. Either he going to accept it or not. It doesn't matter when you tell him. If he's not going to accept it, he's not going to accept it. If he's going to accept it, then he's going to accept it. The only thing you're doing is wasting your time and his at this moment. So, Nick and Sierra, y'all, they got real chemistry. When they was sitting down eating breakfast and they was like, eating the pancakes and stuff, and they talked about the waffles, and then they started bonding over Shrek, okay? He was like, yeah, Shrek 2, and she was like, nah, Shrek 1. And I was like, I like them. Maybe I don't need Nick to explore with Olandria. Maybe not, because I like him with Sierra. I felt like it was so cute, so pure, so innocent. And I like it. They go in a photo booth and they taking all these pictures. I see this for a little bit. I don't know about Nick though, because I feel like Nick, he may look innocent, he may look nice, but when we got to the game later on in this episode, oh baby, we don't know who Nick is. We don't know who he is at all. So yeah, we'll really get to see who Nick is when Casa Moore come. I'm telling you, that's when we'll really be able to see. So Bella is feeling down, right? And she's talking to Huda and she's like crying. Okay. She says she feels small right now. Homegirl is really going through it. And I love this little connection that Huda and Bella have like kind of built, because Huda is always hyping her up. She's telling her like, girl, you're a baddie, okay? You got values and your values are high. Don't dim your light and don't change that for anyone. I was sitting here like, I really appreciate the little friendship that they got. And I love that Huda is like telling Bella, like, you that girl. And you don't have to change anything about yourself for no man. But what I will say, and I'm sticking to it and I'm standing beside it, Bella, this is not the environment for you. It's not. The things that these people do, okay? They doing a lot of kissing. Have you not noticed? Have you not watched a few seasons? They're going to do a lot of humping. They're going to be exchanging food in each other's mouth, right? It's a lot of things that's going to happen. And I don't think you're really ready for the whole Love Island experience. And there's nothing wrong with that, sis. It's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, sooner or later, you might have to go home. I'm just saying, y'all. We might have to vote for her to go home. So now Nick goes to talk to Huda because he's trying to figure out if Bella said anything to her about him. And he told Huda, like, he told himself, I'm just going to focus on Sierra. He don't want to be jumping back and forth, because he's already confused. He already don't really know how he's feeling. I beg to differ, Nick. You know exactly how you're feeling. And you made it very clear that you was very much happy with Sierra and the decision that you made, which means that you like Sierra more than you like Bella. It just is what it is. So he asks Huda, what does she think? She's like, I think it's like a slap in the face to Bella. And I agree, because as much as Nick want to act like he didn't know that he wanted to choose Sierra, he knew he wanted to choose Sierra. He knew it. So I think, this is what I think. I think that he was leaving the door open for Bella just in case Sierra didn't choose him. He still had Bella to fall back on. But since Sierra did choose him, it worked out for him. Now, I'm not saying that he don't like Bella, but he definitely likes Sierra more. So now Bella is talking to Charlie because, Charlie's single and nobody wants Charlie. Nobody wants Charlie. So Charlie's doing his best to try to get in where he fit in. But they're talking and Charlie tells Bella that he was going to invite her to the hideaway, but he didn't want to freak her out because he just knew already, like, if I can't give that girl a kiss on the mouth, there's no way I'm going to bring her to the hideaway. So she's like, oh my God, I think that's so sweet. That's so nice. He's so respectful. And I'm like, yeah, sweet, respectful, all the things are the things. But Charlie just trying to stay in the house. Charlie's just trying to stay in the house, okay? Because once we got into that game later on in this episode, he's not as innocent as he looked either. These men were outside wilding. I can't wait till we start talking about the game. But we got a ways to go before we get there. So let's keep moving. So Tyler goes to pull Alandria for a talk. She apologized to him, okay? She said, I'm sorry for how I handled you standing up. But she said she realized that she can't expect for others to be considerate the way she is. I was like, well, damn. Not to apologize with an insult right behind it. Jeez, girl. She said, I just know I just got to change up how I'm moving now. And he was like, well, how you moving? And she was like, I mean, I still want to get to know you or whatever, but I'm just changing up with how I'm moving. Now, I'm not even going to lie to y'all. I'm not going to hold y'all. I be struggling, and I mean struggling, trying to figure out what in the world is Taylor saying. I'm gonna have to turn the closed captions on because, baby, I was like, what? What did he say? He asked her what love language she likes to give and what love language she likes to receive. Baby, I had to play that part like 8 times just to understand what he said. But nonetheless, she said that her love language is gift giving. And he was like, what? I'm a great gift giver. And she was like, what? When I tell you, Olandria's whole face lit up. Homegirl was like, oh, I got a winner. Oh, he gives gifts. She was like, 1 to 10. How good? He was like, 12. She was like, oh, you know what? You standing up wasn't that bad after all. She was like, I can't believe how like similar we are. I like them together, but I do kind of feel like it's a friendship kind of sort of. But you know, she said she trick a little bit. But it's only if she like you, and that's why she really got to make sure that she like you. I'm sitting here like Taylor probably like, dang, I done hit a lick. I'm about to get tricked off on. Period. But nonetheless, I like their conversation. I like this little friendship bonding thing that they got going on. I'm not really sure if it's romantic. Nah, I don't think it's romantic because I really think they both will switch up if the right person comes in. Now, Nick finally decides to talk to Belle Dashe. That's what he called her, Belle Dashe. And I said, yeah, hell yeah, that's exactly what her name is, Belle Dashe. That makes so much sense and not sense at all. Is that girl's name or what? Like, I need to know. I just really need to know. Now, he tells her that he likes her. But the moment that he had in the hideaway with Sierra was really, really good, okay? And he had to go with his gut. He had to follow what his gut was telling her. She's like, but you threw me for a curveball. Because you could have told me that you was feeling her more. She said, you made me feel like a fool. And he's like, so you don't want to do this anymore? And she's like you played me. You knew the whole time that you liked Sierra more and you didn't tell me anything. You didn't communicate and tell me anything. I said, okay, Belle Dashe, standing up for yourself. You better go, girl. Let him know how you feel. She had a little spark to her. I said, that's probably turning him on because y'all know men love toxic girls for some reason, okay? And he's like, you know what? All I'm going to say is that I still want to get to know you. And she was like, well, the ball is in your court because I'm single. And I'm like, okay, I like Belle Dashe when she got a little umph in her. Y'all saw it. We saw it. Okay, girl. You know what? You're moving up my list a little bit. Just a little bit because I was really trying to figure you out. But I'm starting to figure you out. And I kind of like it, girl. Yeah, you did that. Now, Ace and Shelly are having another conversation because y'all know that Ace and Shelly are building this connection while they're in these couples with other people, even though Ace is technically single. Now, they really do have this natural chemistry, and Shelly said that it's really natural as well. She said that she's trying to figure out where she stands with Austin, but she's leaning a little bit more towards platonic. I knew that. And I guess y'all was right because he knew that too, which is why he stood up. Y'all happy now? Because the way y'all was trying to eat me up in the comments is y'all happy now? I still don't like him though. I still don't like him and I don't want him with no black girl, period. But I'm going to move on. But anyway, Ace says that he loves that he can just laugh and have fun with her. Like, she's just something special. Let me tell you something, and I want to be very, very clear. If Ace get coupled up with Shelly, and then he tries to really explore something with Huda when the opportunity becomes available, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad, okay? I know that's part of the process, but I'm letting y'all know now I am going to be mad. Let's move on. So Sierra and Bella both of them have this little conversation, and they both realize that they only want Nick. Out of all the guys in the house, they only want Nick. And Sierra was trying to throw Charlie onto Beldashe, and she was like, nah, I'm good on him. I really like Nick. I said, well, y'all gonna have to fight it out. At this point, y'all gonna have to fight it out. So now, everyone's outside all dressed up, cheers into each other, the nighttime party that they always have. And Huda is having a conversation about her daughter with everybody but Jermiah. And now I'm getting aggravated because she's talking to Shelly like, I almost slipped up and said my daughter, but I didn't want to say it around Sierra. Sierra knows you have a daughter because Sierra is a bombshell. Remember, the bombshells are watching what we're watching. She knows you have a child. You ain't got to hide it from her. You might as well just go ahead and say it before somebody else slip up and say it, because you only going to make yourself look worse. But Shelly's trying to tell her, like, girl, your daughter is a part of you. She is a part of you. Like, just go ahead and tell him, and he's just going to have to handle it how he going to handle it. It is what it is. I'm like, thank you, Shelly. Thank you. Because I'm trying to figure out why she still haven't told this man yet. But tonight's the night, right? Tonight's the night. So then out of nowhere, we get a text. I thought Huda was about to go tell Jeremiah then, but no, we got to play a game first. And then we have to compare numbers and state your case. So basically they have like suitcases and they have questions. And inside the suitcase is the number of how many times they had sex with someone in a day, how many people they had sex with, how many news they send out, that type of thing. And they have to line them up from least to most. So who they think had the least amount of people up into the most amount of people. And then whoever get the order right the most wins the game, basically, right? So let's just talk about this game as a whole. Who cheated the most? Austin cheated 6 times. Nick cheated 1 time, but it said 0. He had to clear it up. It's been 1 time. Jeremiah said he cheated 1 time, but he's like, nah, but it was 1 time. And I told her right after, I felt so bad. Yeah. The men's was lying. Okay? I don't believe none of them. Not at all. Now, Shelly cheated once, okay? She said it's because she kissed one of her homegirls, one of her friends outside the club. I said, well, okay, girl. I looked at Austin and Austin looked at me, and because I know his political views and some of his reposts, I'm like, yeah, I don't know how he gonna take none of that, but you know what? I'm gonna move on. So the next question was how many people you had sex with in one day? Austin, 4? How many hours is even in the day that you got time to have sex with 4 people in one day? Or was this like an orgy situation? I need details. I'm a detail type of girl, so now I'm just curious and I want to know. Shelly said she had sex with 2 people. Girls, though. 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I said, okay now. Shelly's been living her best life. Good for her. Now, Huda said that she had sex with 2 people in one day because the first guy didn't satisfy her. I said, oh, well, you know what? No shame in her game. It is what it is. Now, at first, I thought Ace was lying about his answers or whatever, but then I thought about him being really, really young, and I was like, oh, yeah, he didn't have that much life to live yet. He got a lot of experiences to have, so I'm believing Ace more than I'm believing Charlie, okay? Nick is definitely not who we thought he was. That's a wild boy right there. He's a wild boy, okay? You sending out 800 news is crazy. But Austin had thousands with the S. Who are you sending these news to? And why so many? You mean to tell me that it's multiple girls out there with pictures of your in their phone? For what? Y'all, I was saying here like, I'm so confused. I didn't know people was out here just sending news like this. That's crazy, okay? So we started talking about bodies count and who had the most. Now, I think all the men was lying except for Ace, because the numbers was kind of low. And I don't know, a lot of these men just be out here sleeping with everything. But for Charlie to have 104 and Austin to also have like 106, I was like, Y'all just put y'all thing up in anything. That is a lot of people to be having sex with. That is crazy. And then the men have the nerves to be like, damn, because Sierra had 18 and all of them had at least about 20 and up besides Ace. And you mean to tell me that y'all damning Sierra for her 18? Sierra said, listen, I'm a grown woman. I'm a grown woman. And if anybody has a problem with that, y'all probably should get laid more. I say, you know what? I'm a girl. Clock it. Don't try to shame my good sis for having her 18 sex partners when y'all over there in the 20s and 30s and 50s and 60s and 100s. Like, please. Got the nerve. So the boys won the game. What did they win? Nothing. We played the game for nothing. They won absolutely nothing. Love Island, give them some type of prize. Give them a medal, a plaque, something. Because they really be having them playing games for absolutely no reason at all but to be messy. That's what this really about. It's about being messy. Now, I'm looking at the girls like, why y'all look mad? Why y'all look confused? It seemed like all the girls' attitude shifted. And I was like, oh, they feeling away. They really feeling away. So when the ladies was sitting down talking, Shelly was like, dang, I got the wildest one out of them all. And they like, yeah, like, you sent this many news and you had sex with this many people. Like, I'm trying to figure out because the math not mathing. And they realizing that these men been out here just slinging that thing everywhere. Literally everywhere. Now, Charlie feels like his image is ruined because now the girls really can see who he is. And he like, dang, they really ain't going to want me now. They ain't want me before, but now I know they really ain't going to want me. Either girls was like, I thought he was a good guy. Yeah, we all thought these guys be good. And they never really do be. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Now, Huda is starting to realize that Jeremiah might move too fast because Jeremiah said that he done told 10 girls that he loved them. And she's like, that's kind of a red flag because that means that, you know, he does this with everyone. She's starting to realize that she's not a special case, okay? They didn't just meet each other and just fall in love and everything's great. She's realizing that this is how he moves. As soon as he likes someone, he attaches to them and then I guess he moves on to the next. Yeah, I'm glad you're starting to realize it, girl, because you had your head all up in the clouds. All up in the clouds. So the men are talking and Ace is like, yo, Jeremiah, who done had sex with two guys in one day? Like, how you feel about that? And he's like, you know, I don't want to sound like a pick me or nothing, but like, I ain't really worried about it because I satisfy. I satisfy. And it's like, I'm just saying though, like, you don't think she told that other guy that she was satisfied? And he like, nah. I mean, I know I satisfy. And I'm like, Jeremiah is a fraud, y'all. I hate to tell y'all, but this man is really trying to make it to the end. He is playing a game because I don't know any man that would just be like, oh, she had sex with two guys in one day. Cool, bet. It's no problem. And then the reason she had sex with two guys in one day is because she wasn't satisfied one time. No guy would be like, that's cool. Yeah, nah. So when Ace was talking to Taylor, he was like, yo, you don't think that that's weird that Jeremiah been in love 10 times? Like he told 10 girls that he loved them. You don't think that's weird? And Taylor's like, nah, I mean, he probably just feel like, you know, he meet a girl, he love her. He probably just be falling in love fast. And he like, nah, this feels like love bombing. Ace feels like Jeremiah is running game and he's playing it safe. Ace is ready to blow Jeremiah's ish up, okay? And I don't know if it's because he want to really get to know Huda or if it's because he don't want Huda to get hurt. But either way, Ace is clocking it. He on it, baby. And I'm sitting here like, ooh, child. This about to be a mess. But to be honest, Jeremiah and Huda might be broken up by next episode because Huda finally decides to tell Jeremiah that she has a child, okay? So let me tell y'all how this conversation went. Huda and Jeremiah are on a dock, right? And Huda is taking her long time. Oh, you said you've been in love with 10 girls? Explain that to me. And he's like, yeah, you know, when you young and you think you love someone, so you say you love them, but you don't really love them. Cool, right? Yeah. And, you know, she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, you know, I really like you, right? And I really want to get to know you deeply. And oh my God. And I'm like, girl, spit it out. We don't have all day. The show is about to go off. It's literally like 2 minutes left. And she's like, and I just, you know, I wanted to tell you that, I'm, you're what? You're what? Get it out. I'm a mom. Child. Jeremiah was like, wait, you're a mom? How many kids? She was like, just one. And he was like, oh. She was like, look at me. He was like, I can't. I said, ooh. Oh, child. We're going to have to see how this play out. We have to see how this play out because this will let me know if Jeremiah really playing games or if he's serious by how he responds to this. So we got to see how he responds to this. Oh, child. I love Love Island season, don't y'all? I know I do. Anyway, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this review. Go ahead, let me know what you think about this episode down in the comments. Drop me some yellow hearts and let me know you was here. Make sure that you guys are liking the video, subscribing to the channel, all the things of the things, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.